Hi guys, welcome to something interesting. Okay, I'm wearing blue and I thought let's come up with something which has blue in it. And that's once in a blue moon. Now what does that really mean? I was quite intrigued. I was like, somebody was saying it once in a blue moon. And obviously in English it means something which doesn't happen that often. So the occurrence is rare. But where does once in a blue moon come from? And I looked it up. And interestingly, once in a blue moon, as per popular definition, is having two full moons in 1 month, in one calendar month, which is obviously a very rare occurrence because the average interval between full moons are 29.5 days and a month is 30.5. So the possibility of having two full moons in 1 month, in one calendar month, is a very rare occurrence, and that is where once in a blue moon kind of originates. However, since it is very rare, but if you were to mathematically calculate it, every 2.5 to 3 years you will actually have a blue moon. So 41 months in a century are the possibilities of having a full moon, which is a blue moon. And the expression was first noted in 1821. And the fact that we're talking about a blue moon, does it really mean that the moon's ever blue? They say after volcanic eruptions or forest fires, the ashes that are in the atmosphere of the earth at times make the moon look like it's blue, but it's not in fact blue. But some say there was not actually blue, but BELEWE, which meant betrayal. So maybe it was the betrayal of what the naked eye was seeing, because you couldn't possibly think of having two full moons in 1 month. And since we are talking about the moon, I thought I'd kind of bring this in as well, that I'm sure most of us would know that the Roman goddess of the moon is Luna, or even Diana. But Luna and then the word lunatic or lunacy kind of comes from Luna, which is the moon. And a lot of people believe that there is a connection between full moon and lunacy, which is rather interesting. And as a matter of fact, the Greek philosopher Aristotle and some Roman historians actually believed that the brain is one of the most moist organs in the body, and we all know that when there's a full moon, there's high tide, and the gravity of the moon actually pulls the water and there's a bulge. So they thought that there was actually the moon kind of pulling at our brains in some way, and there were acts of and people acted bizarre, or they were like acting loony. And they also called this the lunar lunacy effect or the Transylvania effect. And actually in the Middle Ages, they thought that humans could transmogrify into werewolves or vampires. And I'm sure we've all seen the Twilight and all those movies where there's the full moon and men are kind of turning themselves into werewolves. So there's always been this connection between full moons in erratic human behavior, and even till very recent times people have said that there have been more suicides, homicides, emergency room calls, even an increase in crime, dog bites, more fights. So there has actually been an overall increase in even crime, which is very interesting. But however, any research has not conclusively made any direct relationship between full moons and people acting crazy on the streets. But I thought I'd let you know that about the moon. And I think we've always kind of been fascinated by the moon, and actually even fascinated by the dark side of it, because we always see one side of the moon. I thought I'll share these interesting things about the moon with you. We've always been romantically looking at the moon, and lovers have been, sitting in moonlight, and there've been all these lovely, crazy things about the moon. So, sharing a little bit on the moon in something interesting this time around. See you guys next time. Bye bye.